Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, October 10th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I show up empowered through my balanced yin. Yin is the combined energies of your inner yin and yang. So through our balanced yin energy, we are showing up empowered. And holy cow, the astro energy today is like, wow. We have Jupiter moving into Scorpio. So after the last 13 months spent in Libra, Jupiter is moving for the next 13 months into Scorpio all the way through November 9th of 2018. And holy moly, this is going to be intense. Now, we have some other intense energies that are happening today. We basically do have a mutable cross happening today with the moon in Gemini connecting to Mars and Chiron and Venus and Saturn, and all of those energies are all interacting. And so there is an essence of a crossroads that's happening beneath this big shift. This essence of the crossroads is pushing us. And I want to tell you that today, of all days, you have the power of choice to do what is best to you, for you, to you, for you, whatever. You have the power of choice. And that's what we're going to get into. We're going to dive deep into Jupiter and Scorpio and then get a little into the other astro stuff that's going on. But this is where we want to lay our foundation. So we've been working with Jupiter and Libra to honor our self-love, to find that divine union, that divine balance within ourselves of the yin and the yang energies. The yin energy, that part that intuits and creates within, and then the yang, which takes us out into the world and takes that action. So from this balanced place, we are now stepping into our power. Jupiter, to break it down, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Jupiter is one of the planets that I call a master teacher. I consider Jupiter and Saturn to be the master teachers. They teach in different ways. Jupiter's way is more jovial, usually. I compare Jupiter to the class that you go into at school and you laugh your way through the class, and then when the year ends, you're like, holy cow, I learned so much. Jupiter has a reputation of being a benevolent planet, a planet of goodness, a planet that honors optimism, finding the silver lining. And that's going to be very important because, because Jupiter will expand anything it touches. Light, dark, whatever. And Scorpio loves to encapsulate all of that energy. Scorpio loves to encapsulate the black and the white. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto has that reputation. Lightest light, darkest dark. So Scorpio is very integrated with that energy of bringing forth within us all the lightest light and the darkest dark. Scorpio is known for its power of transformation, as Scorpio rules the energy of death and rebirth. And so through this, we are going to be expanding ourselves through our personal death and rebirth processes. Now, the key to me of Scorpio energy, the highest octave, there's all kinds of energies within any sign that we can demonstrate, that we can embody, but the highest octave is that of empowerment. And in order to get to our empowerment, we have to notice where we are still disempowering ourselves, where we are still being in victim, where we still allow fears to dictate, rule us, move us. Scorpio is very connected to root chakra energy, and root chakra is connected to our survival and belonging on this planet. It's connected to our abundance. And so through this process, hopefully we'll be expanding our personal grounding and that energy of being safe and secure in our own personal root chakra, giving us this foundation now, this foundation to move through. Now, something that's interesting, I've been talking to Jilly a lot lately, and something that's been coming up a lot for her in readings, and I see it often in my own, and I see this in my own life, is family stuff. Family energy is very ingrained with root chakra energy. And I noticed when my dad passed away, one of the biggest things that I went through and I experienced was a major shakeup in my root chakra. And I had to reground myself and realize that even though his energy wasn't here physically tying me to this planet anymore, that I still had a right to be here and I still had that ability to ground myself. But it really shook me up. So if you've lost a parent recently, and my dad passed over 2 years ago, but I'm still working through this. So recently could be in the last 5 years. It could be the last 10 years, 20 years, depending on whether you had this awareness come through or, the knowledge to do this work. You may have some work to do on your root chakra from having lost a parent, not just a dad, a mom, or anybody who was a caretaker of you. So if you've gone through that, check in with your root chakra. Did that part of them, when they left, did you reattach that? Did you connect into Mama Earth, Mama Gaia, who is a very strong supporter of our root chakra energy? So this will be part of the empowerment energy. The key with Jupiter in Scorpio is that power is not an outside thing. And true power is not an energy of manipulation. True power does not need to manipulate. True power is when you are in your soul's alignment, which is why we want it to be balanced in our personal yin and yang energies, whatever the balance is for you. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's 50-50, but whatever your personal balance is, are you balanced in that so that you are aligned with your soul, how you came to show up, so that you can step forward empowered in the way you came to be, in the way you came to do, in the way you came to create, in the way you came to manifest for this lifetime. Manifestation is a word that's deeply connected to Scorpio energy. Sorry, I have to shift because my legs are falling asleep. I've been sitting way too long. Just did GPS. All right, manifestation is deeply, deeply connected to this energy. And manifestation is deeply connected to how we are rooted and grounded in. So, like I said, this is a great time to get in touch with your root chakra, connect into it. It's also a time, if you are in a yin body, if you're in a female body, to connect to the power of your womb energy and realize the power, the security, the sensitivity that comes through that. Another aspect of Scorpio energy is the aspect of sexuality. And yes, there is all that fun that happens with partners. There is that, but our sexuality is actually deeply attuned to our personal intuition, and it's definitely attuned to our manifestation process. So this is a great time to get in touch with your womb energy, the sensitivity, your intuition, and get clear with that, and get in tune, get in touch, get in your personal alignment and flow with that. And, it's not just the womb and the feminine. It does connect sexually to the masculine, the physical male body as well. So I don't have as much knowledge about that, but tune into those energies for you and let them start telling you, guiding you. Another thing to tune into with Scorpio energy is the energy of desire. Scorpio is very attuned to desire, and many philosophies over the years have knocked desire. I believe that desire, when not caught up with ego, is actually a very powerful moving force. I believe that desire can be very connected to our soul and how it is that we're meant to move forward. So Jupiter in Scorpio may be enhancing your desires. Pay attention to your desires and pay attention to how you are working with and for and into your desires and how these desires make you feel. Scorpio is a water sign, so our feelings are going to be enhanced in and through this energy. So pay attention to how you're feeling. Let's see. Last couple things that I want to mention with Scorpio energy. The magic. Scorpio, I feel like Scorpio into Sagittarius, that flow is really an alchemical process that goes on. Scorpio, part of the magic is in the balance of the light and the dark. Like I said, the highest highs, the lowest lows, the lightest light, the darkest dark. Scorpio does encapsulate that energy, but it is in that energy that magic exists. It is in that energy that our wholeness and our holiness of being exists. You cannot just get there by just looking at the light in yourself. And for a lot of people, that is the easier thing. You can't get there by just looking at the shadows in yourself. And for some people, that's the easiest thing. You will get there by honoring your light and working with and noticing and drawing the fear out of the shadows within you, drawing the fear and the distortions that have been with those shadows within you, and realizing that there's all these diamonds. If you've been watching my horoscope, I was talking about that. There's all these diamonds that are in there for you, in and through that. I had one more thing that I wanted to talk about with Scorpio. Sensitivity, listening to your gut, intuition. That's it. Really honoring your intuition. Scorpio is deeply intuitive because Scorpio does see beneath the surface. Now, where Scorpio can get caught up is Scorpio sees beneath the surface and is like, well, I'm just going to stay under the surface because it's safer here to be under the surface because I see everything that's going on. That's paying a little bit too much attention to the dark. We all have to come up for the light at some point. See what's going on and then notice your part in it. That's how to become empowered. It's really easy to see what is going on with and for everybody else in the world. The real work is the empowerment, the self. And seeing, okay, what is my interaction with this energy and what is my choice of what I'm going to do to be best for me so I can live in my highest high, so I can move forward empowered. And we are going to dive in to empowerment more and more and more through this transit. Final thing I want to mention is when I was driving home from San Diego, I was like, la-di-da, what's going to be my theme for Sun in Scorpio? And what I saw was an eagle flying high over a landscape. It's like the possibilities card in the Osho deck, which I did not pull for today, of course. Let's see if I can find it as I'm talking. But I had that vision of the eagle flying high. The eagle is one of the animals that represents Scorpio. So there is the scorpion, which lashes out. It's really connected to the dark and the shadow, and it's going to protect itself at all costs, and usually create a cycle of events that keep happening. There is the eagle, which flies on high and sees things from a bit of a higher perspective. It still comes down. It goes down to go get its prey when it needs to, but it sees from this higher perspective. And then we have the phoenix, which the phoenix process is all about the self and transmuting through the energy of the self, burning it down and coming back alive. And while I do think the phoenix is ultimately the highest process, my goal for all of us is to be the eagle, to go in when we know that we need to go in to those shadow energies, pinpoint it, eagle eye those energies, and then come back up to the light, come back up to that place where we're flying high, just like that possibilities card. And that really does balance the energies. You know, Jupiter does rule Sagittarius, and like I said, it is a more high energy, jovial planet, but it expands whatever it touches. So it is going to be expanding the Scorpio energy. So it does have the power. If you think that you're going to just sit in the darkness, Jupiter will expand that darkness for you. You know, it's going to be an empowered process. How are you going to sit with it? And like I said, today is going to be interesting with the energies going on. The moon in Gemini is definitely highlighting the mental energy. How much power do you have in your mental energy? How much power do you have over your mental energy? How much does your mental energy take you to places where you don't want to go and then get you into that place of fear and analysis paralysis because of the fears that come up? Today will be a very interesting day. We have the moon square Mars, 22 degrees, mastery. Empowerment is a big part of your self-mastery. What are you going to believe? What's going to be true? Chances are, if you're stuck in this quandary, you're listening to all these energies and voices outside of yourself, and this is a call to come back in, empowered inside yourself. Now, this is going to be ongoing because tomorrow, Mars and Saturn are going to be, they're going to be squaring each other. And so it's like, I want to take this action, but I don't know if it's true. You have to find what's true for you. This is going to be the empowered point. What's true to me? What's true to my desires? What's true to my passion? What's true to my gut? When I get into the gut, what is true to me there? And move forward from that energy. The moon today is going to be opposite Saturn. Again, 22-degree energy, mastery, self mastery, mastering your beliefs, mastering your truth. I know it doesn't happen overnight, but just bringing our focus to that can really serve and support in and through this energy. And I do have the mind energy. The mind is definitely going to be a little trickster today in and through this energy. You have to find your place where you are harmonious in and of yourself and in harmony with the universe. Let that be first and foremost, instead of these, oh, I have to balance all the chess games that are around me. No. You have to be responsible for yourself in and through this. This is so strong. Moon is going to be squaring Venus. We have Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo asking us to find pleasure in taking care of our health. What does your physical body need from you? As this Jupiter in Scorpio energy is coming on. Now let me just mention, anybody in Scorpio, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, and anybody who is a Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, you may feel this transit very strongly as this planet goes into 0 degrees. 0 degrees can feel like a little bit like no man's land, a little bit like, floating. You may find your energy going down. So if that happens, it's okay. What do you need to take care of your physical body at this time? And don't let your mind or anybody else's mind talk you out of what it is that you need. Venus will be opposite Chiron. Whew. That may be some intense relationship stuff coming up, some intense stuff about the other. This may be part of the processing that's going on. There may be some old relationship paradigm, energies, wounds, stuff that needs to come up and be healed. That energy is happening at 25 degrees. That's a 7. That's about honoring your flow. And if you remember yesterday's horoscope, I said about flow, flow does not mean we don't take action. Flow means we take aligned action. Sometimes flow means we lay in bed all day like a cat. I wish you could see Mahalo right now. It's so cute. Or Lala, both asleep next to me. They're doing work. They're doing work, even though it looks like they're doing nothing. And then other times flow is about taking the aligned action. Aligned action is the key of flow. It's not taking action just because I think I should be doing something. So pay attention to what it is that you need, but what is coming up around relationships, because this is going to be a super strong pull. And this also goes along with this friendliness card that I have. You are your own tree. Take care of yourself. Find your own balanced harmony at this time. The moon is also going to be squaring Chiron. Again, we have these outside influences, these mind energies, these shoulds coming upon us, and it's going to create a bit of tension. You are at a crossroads and you have the power of choice. Power is so key with Jupiter now in Scorpio. Remembering you have the power of choice to do whatever is best for you. And even as I say that, I want to remind you of my message that I've been bringing through. There is enough love in the world for you. Do not make a choice from a place of fear or lack. Make choices of that fully grounded, rooted place, knowing there is enough love in the world for you. Finally, before the moon shifts into Cancer, which is a whole nother can of worms, we have the moon connecting to Uranus. Whew. We got Uranus, Venus, and Chiron, all at 25, all at that flow energy. This may be where some ideas come through, but it also may be, with all of this energy, like system override too much. Slow down. Get grounded with yourself, because that can really heighten the energy of your nervous system. It can also really heighten the energy of the messages that are coming through. You may feel that they're pounding you. You may need at some point to take a nap and be like, I have to tune all of this out because it's all too much. It could really feel like too much. Then we have the moon in the evening. What time is it shifting? Moon is shifting into Cancer at 8:38 p.m. That moon into Cancer for the next 2.5 days as of late tomorrow night, or late tonight, if you're watching this on Tuesday. Late Tuesday night, how about that? Whew. Enhancing the emotional energies. Jupiter, now in Scorpio for the next year. We have some energies hanging out in Pisces, and here's the moon in Cancer. Full-on water energy is going to be working us. Water energy lifts up our intuition, but also brings up our emotions. You know, part of being empowered is the willingness to process the emotions. Such a good card. I have from Soulful Woman, I have the Being with Discomfort card. And it says, at times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. And I was going to say about this card, you know, the thing about stepping into your power it doesn't always feel comfortable. It can feel really uncomfortable, in fact. It can feel scary to step into your power. And it's the same thing with emotions. You know, when these emotions start coming on with whatever is going to come up with this energy for you, the emotions don't always feel good. But you know, it's like that thing. It doesn't feel good right now to be sad, to be in this place where I'm allowing my fear to come up and I'm embracing this part of me that's afraid. But once you go through it, once you embrace that and process it and cry it, it's like after a rainstorm. It's like, oh, I feel cleared out. I feel fresh. I have to mention, I've heard from a lot of people that they've been feeling sick, and I'm like, this to me seems like it's like this energy clearing you out to get you ready for whatever needs to be processed for you during Jupiter and Scorpio. That may be part of this discomfort. And I'm going to read part of this. Beneath any pain I may feel, my soul essence awaits me. When I am stirred up, hurt, or thrown off balance, I resist running away from my tears or anger. Instead, I allow myself to sink deeper and deeper within myself, and a shift inevitably takes place. I reach my inner light, pure and luminous. Still there, still intact. It is as pure as the day I was born, shining, resilient, brilliant like a diamond. And again, at times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. Remember this. That's a really powerful card for today. I have 2 more cards to show you. I know this is long, but this is important. This is a major astro day. I have the ripening card, and I think I pulled this in the GPS that I just did. But this, to me, is going to be the process of Jupiter and Scorpio. It's ripening us into our full expression of power. You've got this. It's part of the process. The universe isn't beating up on you, and we're all feeling this. We're all going to feel this energy. Now, to finish, speaking of empowered energies, Isis Oracle, Isis as the goddess, not anything else that has taken goddess names. And wow, this card, like I was like, if there's any card that fully embodies the essence of the Libra energy that we've been working with into the Scorpio energy, it is this card. And I'm going to post on my Instagram, and I'll post it on my Facebook as well, the ritual that's in here for this as well, because this is going long. So, Divine Sun Child, and I'm going to read a lot of this because it's amazing. Horus, the divine sun child of Isis and Osiris, was born out of impossible circumstances through the great devotion of his mother Isis and her loving determination to heal her husband and bring him back to life, to eventually become king of Egypt, defeating dark forces that would seek to destroy him and all he loved with great triumph. It is the story of a divine hero of Egypt. It's also a metaphor for our inner world. Our divine feminine must stay true to her values of love, healing, and the triumph of creativity over destruction, born of fear and hate. She must never give up her belief in her ideals. Our divine feminine is our body, whether man or woman, our inner values and the ideals that make our hearts beat stronger and feel right within our belly. With such love for her inner divine masculine, she never gives up her belief in him either, and in her desire for their togetherness, it leads to his healing, even if he has been lost, fragmented, and thought of as dead. The divine masculine is our spirit, whether man or woman, that our body desires to unite with, to help come to life and light in a new blissful way. The love in our hearts calls our spirit home into our bodies. We become able to stand firm, take action, and make choices. You have the power of choice, and make choices that allow our inner ideals to become part of our world. We live according to our values and not just hold them inside of ourselves. Finally, our divine feminine and masculine unite within our bodies, and a new golden consciousness is born. This is the sun child Horus, with an eye that is the moon and an eye that is the sun, representing the perfect balance of masculine, feminine, yin yang, in harmony with each other. The divine sun child is a new self filled with love, light, the power in the world. It is the authentic self living the inner truths in the outer world, an agent of healing on this planet, an inspiration for others to be bold, brave, and vivid enough to walk their own path, to eventually receive the same blessing. Let's see. To allow the sacred blessings to empower your creative birth now. In many ways, you are guided to let go of thoughts or feelings that is impossible or too hard and cannot be done. That's honoring the fear instead of honoring your empowerment. Honoring the need to create as part of your natural life expression is a way for you to receive these blessings. You are born to shine like the sun. You just are, and there is no question that it will happen. The oracle of the Sun Falcon can also indicate a new, life-changing opportunity on its way to you. When your heart sings, say yes and do not give up until you have your success. The sun will shine on you and you will succeed and you will feel that empowered energy. So like I said, there's a little ritual to do with this and a little incantation. I will post them on my Instagram and personal Facebook page, so you can go check that out. Whew, that is a lot. Check out my changes reading, which gets into Jupiter and Scorpio in your chart and all the other planets that are going to be making major changes over this next year of signs. The bigger planets, Saturn, Uranus, Chiron. These are some big shifts that we have coming up. I always have all kinds of other readings available. Go check that out, GaiaBlooming.com. Check out our GPS that we did for this week. I know this is long, but holy Batman, this is some intense energy, and I felt like I needed to really dig in and bring you all sides of it so that we can stand fully empowered and fully balanced in and through this. So, book a reading to dive deeper. There is enough love in the world for you in this very moment. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.